Hello everyone. In this video, I will call this video honestly it's a follow-up to the See You Yesterday review, but it's not some how to say this. It's not a follow-up. It's more or less just me trying to explain the ending of honestly the movie itself. Now, what I want to try to explain in my own stance on what had happened in See You Yesterday would be just the fact of honestly, when it came to the girl going back in time while like her friend slash I will call her guy friend her boo because I feel like honestly they have some chemistry a little bit there because dude was a ride or die. He was a ride or die. He actually went back in time with her many times to try and stop, the you know what? Since this is an explain, I'm just going to also say this is a spoiler too. But honestly, when like her boo tried to go back, both of them go back in time to stop the bad domino effect from happening with her brother. It's more the fact of like when they did that so many times and he screwed himself over like two or three times. It's just the fact of when you go to the climax of the movie and honestly they get into her and her boo or her slash her friend get into like a whole argument of look, I'm not going back in time and I'm not allowing you to go back in time either because by the end of the day I lost my life and both of us could have lost our lives. There were times where it's like our both our lives would have been at stake many times. And honestly, he was telling the truth. Dude sadly died by getting shot in the robbery that one way or the other killed off her brother, which I feel like in theory, the brother sadly gets killed two ways. One way would be just honestly, I assume that cops stopped him and the cops, since it being like a predominant black neighborhood, not only a predominant black neighborhood, but a ghetto black neighborhood, they assumed that her brother had something to do with like a recent robbery that was going on in the convenience store. And then it's like honestly, if I had to like make a reference to another movie, especially one of my movie reviews per se, I would like to add as well. It will be the movie called The Hate You Give. Now, why I say The Hate You Give in this scene honestly be the would honestly because of the fact of dude, how should I say this, argued with the police officer when the police officer was asking for like their IDs for the main for like the main character, which is a girl's brother's ID when she went back in time to try and talk him out of like talk him out of trouble, whether it be not going to the convenience store or whether she tries to like talk him going back home or something like that to stop him from getting killed one way or the other. And it was sad. It was very much sad when I saw this. Even when I honestly like was just watching the movie as a whole. It was just it was just sad when I saw the fact that dude got shot or dude had to take a bullet, and the only reason why he had to take a bullet was because of the fact that I would like to call it the stereotypical in these type of movies. I like to call the stereotypical black people being prideful. I'm sorry if that sounds messed up or sounds negative, but I'm just gotta be real. It's black people being prideful in situations like these because honestly, the brother was being very, was being very like how to say this, disappointed with the cop. And let's just be honest here, people of color slash pox. Let's all be honest here. And even though there has been memes here and there about these situations like these, like police brutalities or police killings, by the end of the day, we should all know we had to try and honestly follow whatever the police asked us to do by the end of the day, because honestly, it is what it is, and police, not all police can be trusted all the time per se. So we all had to stand there, think of, is this worth it and whatever. And dude just was just cocky to say, nah, fam, I'm not giving you my ID. I need to know why I need my ID and stuff. I'm like, just give him the goddamn ID, fam. It is not that serious. I mean, he has a point. Like, dude had a point where he didn't want to give his ID to the police, but then at the same time, it's like, it's better for you to comply versus not to comply by the end of the day. And it was just sad where it's like he got shot because he was being prideful of it. Same thing will happen with the Hate U Give movie. Dude got shot or killed off only because of a comb. And symbolically, that's what I said in that movie, in the part of the movie of See You Yesterday. I said, man, just like that ID symbolizes and is very iconic to the Hate U Give. I said the statement, don't kill yourself over a comb, fam. Don't kill yourself over a comb. And I'm like, man, don't do it. Just don't. So honestly, here's my biggest thing when it aside from like those parts of the movie and just the fact of honestly dude had to take a bullet for like main girl like boo a few times after both her and her boo kept on going back in time to try to save her brother, is just the fact that honestly when you get to the climax slash the ending of the movie, chick honestly takes matters in her own hands again to try and go back in time with her own time machine and save, and honestly not save but like per se, she just goes take matters in her own hands with her own time machine and runs as she went back in time and just running. Now people asking in like social media what's going on with that scene. My theory is this. I feel like with that scene, it's like a time loop or a time paradox. Most likely it's a time loop that's going on there, or she is creating a time loop with herself. Long story short. The only reason why I say that and what's my arguable thing about me stating that statement or hypothesis is because of the fact of she has already went back in time so many times, and she has changed or altered time so many times where it's like you could easily make butterfly effects. And on top of that, with her, making her own decision of I'm going back in time to try and fix things or try to make sure everybody comes out alive. Again, I feel like she's creating her own time loop in a sense, because I feel like she's one of those main characters where she wants to like save everyone no matter the cost or no matter what it takes, which I give her respect and heart for that, because I feel like, now this might sound stupid to me or might sound random to me, but I feel like honestly if I had to give my respects to the Hate U Give movie, I feel like the main chick from the Hate U Give movie, she would do the same thing or the same actions as this chick would do, only because of the fact of she was mourning for like her guy friend slash her boo in that movie slash situation. And what made matters worse is she had fake friends where honestly they weren't supporting her in that whole situation. Honestly, arguably, family was honestly creating ripple effects as well too. There were some family, well, how to say this? it was a stereotypical. Some family members understood the whole situation, and then you had other family members where it's like you were in a police profession or you're a police person and you're a policeman or a police person in general in the workforce, and you try to cover the cop for what they did. Me personally, I feel like in the situation, whether it be the hate you give or especially see you yesterday, I feel like strongly in situations like those, cops have no right to do what they did with, the black characters. I'm not just saying that just to say it because I'm black and I'm pro black and etc. Well, mainly strongly pro Blerd, but you get my point. It's just more or less the fact that it's just morals and also training. I feel like as a police officer that there is training involved where you could like try and like apprehend a possible convict or a person rather than you killing them right on the spot. And that's what makes me sad about these movies. It's just you kill these people off so easily without, hesitation. I mean, people can make like a police people can make like a legit argument saying I'm doing this for my safety or I'm doing this for like me to go back home. But by the end of the day, it's just man, you were trained to do things better, and then on top of that, you have different equipment where you could apprehend somebody. You have a dang taser, arguably, that could help you in situations like these. And you're going to use a gun and kill someone. I'm sorry if I sound messed up or anything, but it's just I just had to point stuff out like that because how should is it just has to be stated. It very much has to be stated. But besides all of that, I feel like if I had to explain the movie, it's long story short a time loop because she's running repetitively again and again to try and fix what was wrong with the time in general, or honestly what's wrong with the time, and also trying to save all the people that she loved in the situation, especially since she has the technology and the power. Which again, why I love the movie See You Yesterday because of the fact of these are black people, not only black people, but just younger generation black people where they have time. They created time traveling in their own right, and also it's sci-fi as well too. That's not something that you see all the time or every day in cinemas, nor online cinema, streaming cinema itself. Sometimes, but not all the time. But thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you like this video. Please leave comments and please subscribe if you like my videos. Thank you.